This is the Gatekeepers Podcast with Billy Grove. Billy is an innovative leader in the industry who loves teaching others how to build quality fence. So kick back, grab a cold beverage, and get ready to talk about fence. Today's show is sponsored by Mr. Fence Academy, National Metal Industries, J.C. Gury, Pro Web Fencing, and Orlando Hinge Company. If you're looking to hit the next level in your fence company, check out Mr. Fence Academy. Real fencers, real job sites, real training equals real results. And now, live from the Mr. Fence Academy studios, here's your host, Billy Grove.
What is going on, everybody? I was muted. I caught that though. How's everybody doing on this fabulous Tuesday night? It's been a busy week, busy day for me. Barely made it, but I'm here. I'm at my house because I just could not take a shower and get back to the studio in time. It had been like 8 o'clock. So choices were made. I grabbed the mic and I grabbed the headset, and luckily I have a little backpack that I bring all my stuff home. The night afterwards, so I can upload the audio version. So it was already here. So all I needed to do was grab the mic. I hope everybody else's Tuesday has been wonderful. Busy season is here. It's upon us. So y'all get ready. About to get our asses kicked, especially down here in the South. It's about to be chafe season. So if you live in the South and you work outside, you know what chafe season is. So it's coming quick. It was already in the high 80s today. So we'll be there. Got an awesome show lined up for you guys tonight. My good friend Colby Bierman, he's gonna save my ass once again and come on to the show because I thought I had somebody booked, but I did not. And so I had a great weekend, but I forgot that I did not have a guest lined up. So Colby's gonna come save my ass like always. Good friend. He's been doing a lot of Greenwood composite fence, and as far as I know, I follow most of the fence pages pretty well. Colby and only a couple other guys are driving these composite fence posts, and he just got back from Big John's house. So I thought I'd bring him on. We're going to talk about some Greenwood, driving those posts and just building the fence and what's been up with Colby. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring him on, Mr. Colby. What's up, buddy? How are you? Brother? How you doing, man?
Doing well, dude. Excited to finally be out in the trenches, working, building fence again, and not hibernating.
Yeah, man. It was a rough winter for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was no fences, and it only snowed like twice. So it was definitely a slow, boring, lazy winter.
Right. But that's good, man. That's good that you're back at it, and you're back out there in the trenches. You were texting me last week, and you're like, "Dude, I am so tired." At the end of the day, I was like, "Bro, you'll get right back to it, man. It's just like a hangover."
Yeah, I'm like an old man now. I'm in bed by like 8:30 with all the dogs ready to go to bed.
Oh God, that's that's a little early for me. But
I'm an early riser though too, so comparatively, you know what I mean. And I'm getting used to waking up at 4:35 in the morning every day too. So
yeah, true that, man. I feel that. So how's everything else been, man? How's Bailey? How's the dogs? I mean, I see them pretty much every day on Snapchat, but
pretty good. She's definitely excited to get out and start building fence with us again too.
Yeah.
Kind of wait until things pile up a little more to bring her out of full retirement. She goes into her seasonal retirement in the winter.
Yep.
Building fence. So.
Yeah. Well, good, man. Good, man. Like, is she gonna break away until next winter fully, or?
No, she always stays part-time she's been working at the place she's worked at now for like 8 years or so now, maybe more. So she always keeps a foot in the door there, even if it's just part-time, so that when things do slow down in the winter, obviously she's not going to go out and do snow removal with us and do, I mean, she could, but she's not keen to going out working 20-hour shift shoveling with us. So she keeps her foot in the door so that she can have something to fall back on in the winter. That's good benefits. It's a college. It's like so it's like a good benefits and stuff, being that it's like a government job or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. Well, that's awesome, man. So we're gonna get to the topic of the night, and that is Greenwood fence or composite fence, man. You've been doing a lot of it lately, and you actually just got back from Big John's neighborhood, showing him some ropes on the composite game, huh?
Yeah. So he'd only ever dug set that Greenwood before, and definitely our first job, maybe our first two were dig set. So I know the pain in the ass that can be for any style of fence, especially this, being that they're 6 foot bays. So you got more posts going in the ground than a lot of other systems. So
right.
Driving it can cut the install time down significantly.
Nice. So I hear a lot of people ask a lot of questions about driving these posts, and a lot of people say that it can't be done because they'll just tear up and get like stuck in the driver. But I've seen you do 2 in the past week and a half or so.
Yep. I had a chunk of one in my garage. Actually, I went out and grabbed it. So It's not just like a hollow aluminum post, right? So you have the center square that your drive cap's actually mostly hitting, and then you have all this other structure and shit around it. So it's not like pounding a square like ornamental post where it's just a hollow post. There's all this extra crap inside to take the pound from the pounder, and it does mushroom just like any other post. But I've honestly had chain link posts mushroom worse than these do, you know.
Yeah.
So, and it's aluminum too, but it's like thick, like this thing. You know, this little chunk of post I have, it's got some heft to it, so it's not. They're not like thin, chintzy. People, I think, are picturing ornamental aluminum when they think of like aluminum posts like this, and it's not the same.
Right.
Not the same thing.
Right. And now, is this all horizontal, or can you do vertical with this?
So I'm pretty sure all the systems and all the designs they have now are intended to be installed horizontal. You can do it on a bias, but then you have to cut all of your rails and all your pickets on a bias too. So oftentimes it's just designed to be installed kind of terraced and stepped. But there's ways you can play with it too to make your top line still all match. Or if you like, I know some guys are so against terracing a fence, they'd rather, croak over than ever terrace a fence. But or stair step or whatever you want to call it,
I mean, as long as I know it going into it, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Right? But my thing is when you're like halfway through running your rails or putting up your first pieces, and the person comes out and they're like, "I wanted this to all be level."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, why didn't you tell me that?"
And you can kind of do the same thing as you do with like a horizontal wood fence, where you rip a picket for the bottom. That's the anomaly. So whatever it is, 2 inches, 3 inches, whatever the gap differential is, and then your top line's still all the same. So you can kind of make it all line up that way too.
Right. So you went to Nebraska. How far away is that for you?
So from Cedar Rapids to he lives right by Lincoln. It's like 4 hours and 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Not too bad.
That's not bad, man. So you guys were in a real backyard, right? You actually helped install Mrs. Jones's fence.
It was they had a big old pool and a retaining wall on one side, and like a paver, like stamp patio border thing that we were pretty much butting up against, and then it was Flag City with utilities on either side. So it was a real life fence. But honestly, I'm glad that we were driving it, because digging all those holes next to all those utilities would have been a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, man, and you're right next to a retention wall as well, and that's never
I don't know.
That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
if you've ever tried to dig a hole, and if it's done right, there's 3 feet of gravel, 4 or 5 foot deep behind that thing. So you're just
Mhm.
digging, and gravel's just basically making a giant crater in the gravel. So that's why
Right.
driving is definitely beneficial too.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Now, do you have to have a special drive cap for that, or?
No, so I don't remember off the top of my head. I should know this. These are either like 3.5 or 3.25 inches wide, but corner to corner, that makes them like 3 3/4. So what I use is a 4-inch round drive cap that came with we bought a Ready Driver Boss 78 like DOT package that came with the 4-inch chuck, 2.5-inch chuck, and then the 1 in 5 or 1 7/8 reducer sleeve as well. So
Mhm.
that already came with the 4-inch chuck that works for these.
Nice.
So
Nice.
even
So,
and I think they do now have some people have drive caps for them, but we've got away with using our 4-inch um, round chuck without an adapter or anything.
nice. Nice. So, you've had your Ready Driver for what, going on 2 seasons, or is it 3 seasons?
I want to say 3. Definitely, I want to say this might even be, yeah, this is the third.
3rd season.
This is
So
the
I've
third.
heard very little negative stuff about these Ready Drivers, and I actually got one of Mike Moore's that I'm fixing right now. But so I'm fixing two of his Titans, and one of them's almost brand new, like literally, like the freaking casing is still shiny, like shiny metal. And the other Titan's a little older, but dude, that freaking Ready Driver looks like it was my dad's. Like, dude,
So
they have
ours, I've never had to go through and like change any seals or like do anything extra to it. I change oil regularly. I make sure the crank casing grease is where it needs to be. And when it gets all nasty and black, I kind of scoop it out and stuff too. I make sure
yeah,
it's got good premium gas. That's all. I haven't done anything to it. And this thing's built miles and miles of fence and pounded thousands and thousands of posts, and it still starts right up.
that's awesome, man. So I've never actually got to use one on like an actual job site. I've used one at a training and, drove a couple posts with them. So I don't really have a true opinion of it.
Gauge. Yeah.
It was good, like it holds up to a Rhino gas power driver any single day. And the same with like the US Hammer, but I've never seen a bunch of negative stuff. So, man, that's pretty cool. Now we're going to jump back to the Greenwood fence real quick because something just hit my head. How many different styles and colors and stuff do they offer?
So colors, I want to say there's like 6 of the composite, and they just recently, like within the last 18 months or year, they started doing vinyl infill, and then they have aluminum infill as well for their like oversized gates and stuff. So the vinyl infill, I don't remember off the top of my head, but there's like different wood grains and different colors. But then you can pretty much, as far as like the gaps between your rails and pickets, or like how many rails you want to like split it up, because the rails are either black or silver. So you can really, and then there's trellis, like aluminum, different designs of trellis. So there's got to be thousands of different combinations you could build this stuff in.
That's
Because you
awesome.
could have it like a picket that has a rail on the top and bottom with like an inch space, and then have it like, horizontal with space, and you can do any combination of spacing. So
That's
really,
pretty
someone could pretty much pick it out exactly how they want it to look.
nice. So when you say they're 6-foot bays, are you doing equal spacing, or are you just running running full sections? And
So
then
they have these little. I'll show you the post again. See that the smallest little channel inside the channels?
yeah,
That's what the insertion bracket that's on the end of the rail slides into. It's like this little, maybe 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch thick piece of metal that gets screwed into the end of the rails. That slides in from the top or bottom, whatever. So you got a very fine margin for error for your spacing to get everything right what it needs to be. So we equalize almost every other style of fence, but this one we run full sections, and then we just blend the last like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Kind of how they fall.
That was going to be my my next question was how hard is it to cut those and to put those little brackets back on and all that? Is that why?
Once you've done it, like I try and look at everything like I'm not doing it, like, you know, my guys are doing it or Bailey's doing it or someone that doesn't have the eye or maybe quite as much experience or knowledge as I do is doing it. So it's not bad, but it takes more time, and the margin for error is super slim because you got to make sure it's going to fit in that tiny little slot on both sides. So you get into where people are miscutting, you know, expensive composite stuff, and there's more room for human error. I think it doesn't look terrible at the end of the day if you got all 6 foot sections and you got 2 5-foot ones at the end or whatever.
Yeah, right. True that. Well, I mean, that makes sense because I was kind of curious about that. And because not just the rails, but those pickets are pretty thick, huh?
Oh yeah. Like this is they're similar. I got a sample box actually.
It's like similar to like deck boards, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much like the same crap you'd use to clad a deck. They've got like, you know, it's like got little cores and stuff in it too.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then you're gonna have
a bundle of 4 of them things is heavy. I bet a panel installed weighs every bit of 120, 150 pounds or something like that.
Whew, good Lord.
It's stout.
Yeah, hell yeah. So do you have to have a special blade to cut through those so you don't burn them up, or is it just regular?
So the composite itself, you can use a regular old wood blade and it cuts just fine. It doesn't splinter or crack or explode like vinyl does sometimes. And as far as the post, we use a bandsaw. But my gold nugget from demo days was you can use a wood blade to cut aluminum. So we've been doing that. Yeah.
I think I showed you that, didn't I?
I did. I'm pretty sure it was you. Yeah. Because we were like trying to find something to cut it might have even been the Greenwood post. And I was like,
no, it was. It was.
And I was like, what?
Because my bandsaw blade was done and there was none left on the trailer. And I was like, well, what do you got to cut? You're like, I just got to cut aluminum. So I was like, bro, just use a damn circular saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We do that every time we do aluminum. I just use a wood blade with a circular saw. It goes right through it.
Yeah.
You got to be pretty quick on the rails though. Because if you take your time on the rails, it'll want to bend that little piece when you cut. So you got to be pretty, just go through it. Don't take your time. Well, I mean, take your time lining it up, but like, don't just slowly go through it because it'll want to catch those little ends and throw them all sorts of different ways.
Yeah, we have a Diablo metal blade on the chop saw we use when we're building the gates and stuff anyway. So I'll set that up sometimes too, so we get nice, perfect, straight, flat cuts.
There we go.
Cut like 4 or 5 boards at a time like that too.
So this leads me to my next question. Is it set up to be a certain height without ripping a picket?
Yep. So it is, yeah. But say your yard changes an inch or 2 inches in different spots, you could still make your top line all match up by throwing your rip at the bottom. But yeah, it's designed to be a 6 foot tall system without having to rip anything down. It does get into, if you play with they have like deluxe rail, which the rails are thicker, and depending on the spacing and how many rails you have, sometimes it's like 6.5 inches. So depending on your code, you know, some codes it's like it has to be 6, like no more than 6 foot period. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's designed to just be like a 6 foot tall. But you can do any height really too. Because it's pretty much built. I mean, you pretty much design it however you want to. It's like an infinite Lego puzzle, you know?
Nice.
You could have it 2 foot tall. You could have it 20 foot tall if you wanted to.
Nice. So I assume you can order different size posts and they'll just cut a full extrusion or something like that.
Yeah. So their standard post is 10 foot for the 6 foot stuff. And then their gate posts are beefier.
Nice. So even for a standard dig and set 6 foot, they're giving you 10 foot posts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool, man. I mean, like coming from like an aluminum background or, like a like vinyl background, because I've never seen that stuff in person besides at Fence Tech or at the Fence Show in Vegas. Like it's just not around here. So That's pretty cool, man. They give you a 10-foot post, put that thing 4 foot in the ground.
Yeah, man, that stuff would do good down there too, because the aluminum would never rust out. I know that's why you guys do mostly aluminum for your ornamental, right?
Yeah, man. As far as like wrought iron or anything that's not aluminum, steel, and everything, most of those fences have been around probably longer than I've been alive here. There are some newly installed ones. There's one around the DEA building on 9th. There's a couple downtown that are new, but for the most part, man, it's just aluminum here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old ones are the good shit. They got asbestos and lead and stuff in them to make them last. So
that's funny. All right, man. Let's jump into some comments real fast. Mr. Chris Steele's in the house. He said, "This intro got me fired up." Oh man, did you actually watch from the beginning this time and didn't jump in late? That's awesome.
Bro, it felt like a rave. I was pretty stoked too on the intro. Yeah, I was ready to go to Coachella and rave, dude.
He said, "Where'd your hair go?" I shaved it all off, man. I didn't like razor shave it, but I didn't use a guard, and I was done. I was done with it, man. I was getting little flyaways, and my number 2 guard broke, so I only had a 3 and a 4. And I was like, you know what? Just take the guard off and just shave it off. So
hot season.
Yep. Mr. Evan Gardner's in the house. He said, "What up, Slick? What's going on, man? How did your fencing with Kevin Poole go, man? I saw the almost end product of what y'all did. Very good work. Beautiful stuff. It is some horizontal postmasters. It looked really good. They're almost done." We got JC Gury Signs and Decals in the house. Mark and Mary Cobb. Hey guys, how y'all doing tonight? We got Mr. Aaron Greer right now. I broke your guard. What are you talking about? We got Mr. Aaron Greer in the house. What's up, dudes? What is going on, man? He is in Evansville, Indiana at Fence Mayhem right now. They installed a pretty cool automatic gate today, guys. If you haven't seen on Facebook, go check it out. It's pretty cool new gate tech. And they're doing some really cool stuff as well. The other Mike Moore. I always get you guys confused whenever I see a notification on Facebook. I think it's Mike Moore that's in Tallahassee. Either way, he says, "Love my ready drivers. Man, I want to actually use one for like a month or so. I want to be able to give my full opinion on it. Like right now, they're awesome, right? Because I've only drove a couple posts with them, but I want to put my full opinion on it. So I'd love to drive 2 or 3 jobs with one. That'd be fun." Got Mr. Chance Roy in the house. He says, "My guy, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy?" Mike Moore again says, "Colby's the man. He's helped me out whenever I ask a question." Oh man, so nice of you, bro.
Yep, he's from my neck of the woods, kind of, sort of.
Yeah,
a little further west of the rest of the river than us, but he's
he's right there with you.
Look out for the Iowa brothers, dude.
Absolutely, dude. You have to.
In the nation.
I met a guy from Iowa at the CMM open house. I don't remember. Jason, maybe. But he was from Iowa, man. He was a pretty cool dude. He's nowhere near Cedar Rapids, though. That's all I know. He was trying to tell me, and I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Respectfully. I broke your guard. I might have.
How's she gonna shave her back hair now, dude? What the hell?
Yeah, I know, right? God damn, man. What the hell am I thinking? All right, one more. We're gonna get back to it. We said West Side Connect Blood. Go for real, neck of the woods, huh? All right, man. So when you were in Nebraska, did you get to go to John's shop?
I did, dude. His house and shop's fucking dope.
It's nice, isn't it, man? I've only seen pictures. I'm excited for Fence Camp this year to be able to go and see it in person. His shop was impressive from the pictures I've seen.
Definitely goals, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's funny. I'm like, dude. He's like, I don't have enough room in here. I'm like, dude, you got so much fucking room in here. And then he got a truckload of pickets. And I'm like, I see why you don't feel like you have enough room in here when you got fucking 20 pallets of pickets and shit. Once you start stocking up on shit, you're like, oh no, I'm running out of room.
Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see that. And how was working with his guys hand in hand, man?
Good. We had a lot of fun working together at Sean's house in, what was that, November last year? Because his guy Rob was out there with him. So we all worked together, weren't bullshitting, having fun when we were working together out there. So it was pretty much the same thing, over in Nebraska.
Hell yeah, man. Did you guys go anywhere good to eat?
He's got some good dudes.
Nice.
His wife cooked. That was nice.
Hell yeah.
Always good when someone else cooks for you.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Always. You didn't go hit no Nebraska barbecue or anything?
No, I only had like 2 days there because I had to get one of my jobs done that I was time sensitive to, and things have been a logistical nightmare not having my one and only truck running for the last 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
It's still at my mechanic, and I don't know that he's even really looked at it much. About to go repo my own truck.
Yeah, man. I just hate it for you, bro. Like I seriously thought it was fixed the other day whenever I was like, again?
No, it's not again still, unfortunately.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
And one thing I learned is I can never have an easy win victory, bro. I got to call for all of them. So this is like, oh, it's busy season, and now you don't get a truck to do all your shit. So it's just like an extra bonus challenge for life,
There we go. Hey, man, I like the way that you're looking at it, though, man. I love it. I love it, dude. All right, bro. We're gonna run to a commercial break, and we'll be back in just a second. All
right. Sounds good.
National Metal Industries, a family-owned business for 70-plus years, has grown to be recognized for their ability to deliver on not just privacy slats for fence, but all types of fence products. National Metal Industries has all the hardware and tools to get the fence professional in and out of their job with the most ease possible. You can count on National Metal Industries for the most convenient resources in fence products. Visit nmifence.com for more information. As we like to say, you can always pick it right at National. J.C. Gury Signs and Decals has been a trusted name in the sign industry since 1949, with all manufacturing done in-house from start to finish right here in the USA. With 75 years in outdoor signage and roots dating back to the 1920s, J.C. Gury specializes in durable, high-quality signs and decals. In-house screen printing since the 1970s ensures every product meets the highest standards. Visit jcgury.com for more information. Every aluminum sign includes Mylar lamination at no extra cost, extending product life in tough outdoor conditions. For unmatched quality and longevity, visit jcgury.com. Struggling with a gate that drags on your sloped yard? Orlando Hinge Company has the solution: the Swan Hinge. Unlike standard hinges, the Swan Hinge lets double drive gates swing open smoothly up inclines, eliminating dragging and binding. Easy to install on vinyl, aluminum, wood, and chain link gates. It's built for durability and made to withstand the elements. And when your customer hears that, yes, their gates can work on a slope, you just made the sale. The Swan Hinge, designed by fencers for fencers. Made in the USA, lifetime warranty. Order today at swanhinge.com or email info@orlandohingecompany.com. The Swan Hinge, because every gate deserves to open smoothly.
All right, guys, we back. And after I watched the videos, I forgot to give, or I thought about something. I forgot to give my sponsors a shout out at the beginning of the show. So with that being said, I'm not going to go through the ones that we watched commercial for, but guys, go hit up National Metal Industries, JC Gury, and Orlando Hinge Company. You guys saw what they do. Go do it. But Mr. Fence Academy, if you're looking for leadership in business, leadership in installation, teaching, go check out www.mrfenceacademy.com. You won't be sad that you did. And what's the other one? I think everything else got mentioned, but yeah, man. So we're gonna go back to the drivers, man. So have you thought about getting an air powered driver or a hydraulic driver, or are you just gonna be sticking with gas?
I have. It's just been a matter of the investment with one of those, with getting a hydraulic power pack or getting a compressor that can actually run one.
Mm-hmm.
It's way more, twice or 2.5 times the investment. And, you know, we do 90% residential fencing anyway. So we don't run into many situations where what we have doesn't work. You know, there have been some times where we're doing 8-foot commercial chain link and we're pounding, 3-inch posts and stuff like that I'm like, yeah, a hydraulic or a pneumatic one would be nice for this. But, it can get us in and out of any job we come across. For now, it'd be nice to have something heavier duty just to get them in the ground faster. But it is also, it's give and take. I don't remember exactly how heavy the Patriot and the Noble, the pneumatic ones were, but as far as hydraulic, those hydraulic power head units are so fucking heavy that, to have everyone be comfortable to use that thing and have a 80-pound, 100-pound pounder up in the air above them is different than having something that's more nimble and agile, like a gas powered one.
Yeah, man. You're not wrong. I don't know the exact weight of the Bull and the Patriot, but I can tell you right now, it's about the same as pretty much all the gas powers or all the gas pounders. I mean, it might be a little bit less, might be a little bit more. I don't exactly know, but I've picked up enough of the gas ones and enough of the Bull and the Patriot that it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, it's not like a solid piece of fucking cast steel like the Rhino HP 55 or whatever, though.
Bro, them things are no joke,
that
dude.
fucker will pull you off a ladder if you're not ready to grab it, dude.
Bro, those things are no joke, man. Like, I've only drove 8-foot posts with them, but I would not want to stand up a 10-foot 6 post from the ground with that thing on top of it.
Pounding a 10 or 12-foot post with that fucker up in the air would be gnarly. But
I mean, yeah,
if I had one of those, I'd have like a rig to where it'd be out on like a boom with like a chain. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What are those? Jordan Hunt just built one, man. And it's freaking awesome, dude. He built like a little skid table for his Bull, and it's got a little spot for forklifts, and it holds all of his air hose and a couple other things I can't exactly remember. But he's also got one of those, like, I can't remember what they're called, but they're like the tool droppers, and like you can pull them down and they go right back up whenever you let go of it.
Mm-hmm.
But he has that attached to his skid, and that's pretty freaking cool, man. Like, if we did a whole bunch of commercial, like just straight commercial where we could have a skid unit, that would be the way to go, bro. Just put a HPD 50 or whatever it is on one of those little boom thingies and just pull it down, pound, and just let it go.
Yeah, for sure.
Man,
I couldn't imagine putting 50, 60, 80 posts in the ground in a day with that fucker doing it all, man. Like, muscling that thing around by hand,
Bro, I mean, we've been humping it lately, man. And even the Patriot, well, I don't know if it's because I always struggle whenever it gets to right around summer for the first couple weeks going through the changes, because it doesn't change like everywhere else. It just fucking changes. Like, it's cold and then it is hot.
Yeah.
Right. So like, it always takes me a couple weeks, and I normally throw up once either during April or May one time, and that's it. Just because, like, it'll go from, like I said, 80 to 110 in like a week.
Coach says that's how you know you're working hard enough, is when you throw up.
You ain't lying, buddy. You ain't lying. But we've been humping it, man. We got in the ballpark of 4,000 feet of retention ponds, and it's all chain link. Now it's 4-foot chain link, so we're like using 7-foot posts, so it's a lot less. But man, we've been putting some posts in the ground lately, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like knocking them out like whenever we're there, because it sucks. Like it's an hour and 10-minute drive there and back, and so once we like get set up and get going, take lunch, and then I'm like, shit, man, it's already time to go home. I'm like, I'm still good to go, dude.
Yeah, we've been working in Illinois a couple weeks in the beginning of spring, and we were working in Davenport, which is like an hour and a half from us. But those hour and a half, 2-hour drives to job sites fucking suck. You feel like half your workday gets eaten up with a drive.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be on your P's and Q's, because it's like, shit, I already wasted 3-4 hours just on driving today.
Yeah, man.
Though.
You literally hit the ground running, and like there is no slow walking or anything. So, but I mean, it's been fun. Can't wait to close the project out. That'll be nice. Hey man, we've been getting our asses kicked lately, dude. What about you?
It's good, man. We have two actually. First couple of weeks of April, I sold like 20% of revenue of like years past in 1 month. So that was pretty good coming out of winter.
Nice, dude. Congratulations, man. That's good to hear.
Matter of getting everything lined up and getting it all done. We got like probably 1,500 foot or more so odd feet of chain link between 5 or 6 jobs we got to do. But it's nice it's nice to sell a bunch of the same shit all at once, because then I can buy more bigger quantities of stuff and get better pricing on it. So
yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely, man. What's your thoughts on chain link? You like it? You love it? You hate it?
I used to not really care for it, but honestly now I like it, because we can fly through it and get it up pretty quick. Doing a shit ton of that DOT chain link kind of knocked the chain link cobwebs off of me forever, I think, too. Mm-hmm. So that's good. Wood's nice because you can kind of manipulate it. Like you can cantilever over sections of it off a house, or like, you can rip shit down or like make shit work because you can manipulate it. But of the other systems that are like more manufactured, it's like, it's got to be like how it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Less like manipulation and kind of wiggling shit, So
yeah. Man, I used to dislike chain link, and I actually like it now. So it's a cool system, man. Like you said, you can't really manipulate it as much as you can with other things, like pretty much all of them, wood, vinyl, and aluminum. But once you start getting it down, man, it's a pretty cool feeling, because that's the only one that's like, for us down here, like most of the new guys who start, they don't really touch chain link a lot. But here lately, man, all the new guys, it's like they're spending a month on chain link, and it's pretty cool, man. I don't know, just to see the like transformation from myself, like disliking it to actually really liking it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. It's nice when you can weave together a couple of rolls of fabric and stretch 150 foot or whatever, a whole side of a yard in like 10 minutes or whatever. And you're like, cool. That would have taken like 2 hours to hang pickets on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you can really crank shit out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I love that, like you can really almost, for like 4 foot and 6 foot, you can really do like a lot of it by yourself, man. Like it is really user friendly. Like we were doing something the other day, and we didn't have any more hangers left because we were stretching two runs at once, and I was like, screw it, I'll just stretch it from the ground. And I stood it right up by myself. It's like, hell yeah, man, I love that.
Yeah, we assembly line that shit too. I'll stretch a whole run, they'll tie it off, and we'll just keep working right around the yard. Yeah,
absolutely. All right. Mike Moore says, man, I can't wait to pitch a tent in Colby's tent. I mean, pitch my own tent. The hell, bro?
You better get in line, buddy. You better take your number and wait in line.
Oh, that's hilarious. We got Mr. Chris Hearn in the house. He said, "What's up, fellas? What's going on, man? How are you?" Says Patriot feels about the same. Patriot it is easier to handle because no motor hangs out the back. You're right. It does have a better center of gravity. But like I said, weight wise, I really can't tell a difference. I mean, I honestly can't. But I do know it hits a whole hell of a lot harder than the gas pounders, though. I'll say that.
You guys run yours off of Puma?
Yep.
Yeah. Those aren't too bad.
No.
I know there's different sizes of them and shit, but as far as the I know, sometimes the full size like truck mounted compressors are like the big ones. They're like 12 to 15, 16 grand just for the compressor. You know?
Oh yeah, man. We looked at a 30-gallon the other day. I think it was $4 grand, so it's not bad. It's not terrible. Sean got a new screw compressor on his trailer. He can run 2 freaking Patriots at once.
Sheesh.
That thing is loud as hell, though.
If I were to buy a pneumatic, I'd probably get he had like a 350 with the flatbed that had like the hose reel attached to it with the compressor right on the bill from the truck. That's probably how I would run it, because then you don't got to dick with dragging a compressor around, especially a big one like that.
Right. Well, I mean, as long as you have enough air hose, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, I have 300 foot in the trailer. That's pretty much good for just about any yard, unless you get into a really, really, really big backyard. Then you get kind of screwed. But for most of the residential stuff, man, it works. 300 foot's great.
Yeah.
But all right, bud. Well, we're coming up on time. You got any closing thoughts for everybody?
Not really, man. I mean, people are curious about Greenwood or nervous to install it. It's super user friendly, and once you get the post in, it all just pops right together. You know, it's just like anything else. You might fuck it up once or twice your first time, but you'll get it down. And I think the shit. Yeah, it's just a fence. We're not building the Taj Mahal. Yeah. It doesn't make sense for everybody, but I always try and upsell. When anyone wants vinyl, I try and get them to switch to this, because at the end of the day, Johnny kicks a soccer ball at the vinyl fence, or a rock gets thrown out of a mower at it, and you can very easily break it. So
very true, man. I didn't even think about that, because we got a lot of that down here. Actually, my dad called me, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, like 7:30 in the morning, and he was like, "Hey, I got a question." I was like, "Yeah, what's up? Shoot." He's like, "My neighbor's lawnmower threw a rock through my vinyl fence. How do I get the rail out?" I was like, "Oh, it has gone full circle, Pops." I was like, "You're calling me to ask a fence question?" I was like, "I'll tell you how to get the rails out. I will absolutely tell you how to get the rails out, but you got to tell me that you didn't know how to do it." And he's like, "Fuck you. Why would I be calling you if I was knowing how to do it?" I was
flashlight too.
Yeah, right.
Make them stand in the corner and hold the flashlight while you do it for them.
But that was a cool feeling, man. That was a good one. That one's never happened for me. So like I said, life's come full circle for me. But
dude.
All right, man. Well, we're gonna jump off here, buddy. Thank you so much again. Have a wonderful night, bro. I'm sure I will see you sometime soon.
Oh yeah, man.
I can't wait to some more doggy snaps. So
fuck yeah, dude. Sounds good, brother. Have a good night.
All right, bud. You too.
Peace out.
Later, man. All right, real quick, I do want to get to Mr. Alex Harmon's comment real fast before we jump off. And it was right at the end of the show. It says, "What gas pounder do you guys recommend just getting into pounding?" Colby uses the Ready Driver. Like I said earlier in the show, I have not had the substantial use to be able to give a good opinion. I've drove maybe 3 or 4 posts with it. It's been awesome. Rhino gas powereds are great. Titans are great to start with, but I mean, if you're seriously looking into getting into pounding and you're wanting to be doing it full time, I would highly recommend that you look into an air powered unit, a hydraulic powered unit. Buy once, cry once, and be done with it. That's just my 2 cents. I know a lot of everybody feels like differently, and they use nothing but gas pounders. That's great. I've been there, done that, broke all of them, fixed all of them. They're great tools. In my opinion, they're not meant to go to war with every single day, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But guys, I'm jumping off of here. I am super hungry. Like I said, had a late day, so I barely got home for the podcast. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your night. We'll see y'all next Tuesday. It's gonna be nope, not the intro. We need the outro. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Go kick some ass, collect some checks, put some fence posts in the ground, and build the rest of it. I'll see y'all next Tuesday.